In the headlines, 45 farmers killed in House of Representatives passes 2022 budget, raises estimate to 17 trillion naira. Kano residents lament hike in price of food items. And on the foreign scene, Libya Electoral Commission dissolves poll committees. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. "45 people have been killed and 27 injured following renewed hostility between farmers and herders in Lafia, Obi and Awe local government areas of Nasarawa State. The Police Public Relations Officer, Nasarawa State Command, ASP Rahman Nansel, who confirmed the incidents, said the command received complaints on Friday following attacks on Washi village in Obi local government area where people were killed by gunmen. Reports say the first attack started on Friday morning and continued till Sunday night, with at least 5,000 farmers across 12 communities displaced as a result of the attacks in the 3 local government areas. Meanwhile, authorities say some of the victims who sustained injuries are receiving treatment at hospitals in Obi, Lafia and Awe local government areas. Speaking on the development, the Nasarawa State President of the TIV Development Association, Peter Ahemba, said over 20 corpses of his kinsmen were recovered across the 12 affected communities. Meanwhile, Nasarawa State Government has launched an investigation on the attacks. The House of Representatives has raised the 2022 Appropriation Bill and the 2021 Finance Bill. The passage followed the consideration of the reports by House Committee on Appropriation and Committee on Finance on the bills respectively. The House also raised the total estimates of the federal government's budget from the proposed 16.39 trillion to over 17 trillion naira. The chairman of the Committee on Appropriations, Mukhtar Batera, while presenting the report on the budget, announced the increment to the budget by the 730 billion naira. In the budget passed, the Nigerian legislators, who have been labelled one of the highest paid legislators in the world, will get an additional 5 billion naira. President Muhammadu Buhari has cited the high cost of conducting direct primaries, the security challenge of monitoring elections and marginalization of small political parties as part of the reasons for rejecting the bill. The president stated this in a letter to the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, explaining the reasons he withheld his assent to Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2021. The president in the letter said the prevailing situation in the country will not allow him to sign the bill, adding that he also received informed advice from relevant ministries, departments and agencies of the government and carefully reviewed the bill in light of the current realities prevalent in the country. The president said that it will be better to allow each political party to determine its mode of selecting candidates for election. The 30-day window for President Buhari to assent the bill elapsed Sunday night. Meanwhile, Nigerians have expressed mixed reactions over President Muhammadu Buhari's refusal to append his signature to the Electoral Amendment Act forwarded to him by the National Assembly. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports that the call is coming after expiration of a 30-day window for the president to assent to the bill as provided by the 1999 Constitution as amended. His report.
Section 58, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution provides that the President shall sign into law a duly transmitted bill within 30 days, or in the absence of that, the National Assembly should garner 2/3 votes to veto the President where such need arises. The 30 days window elapses without clear picture on the President's position on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, pregnant with far-reaching reforms on the nation's electoral processes such as direct political party primary, electronic transfer of election results, amongst others. Nigerians are left in the dark with regards to the direction taken by President Muhammadu Buhari with regards to the Electoral Amendment Bill now before him for assent.
I don't really know his next step towards covering this issue, because the electoral bill is very important for our election in 2023.
He knows the reason why he don't want to sign, because of a truth, leadership is not a day job. You understand? A leader sees far.
In some cases, when you are in position of authority, there are things you will understand better than the people you are set to govern.
Whether we like it or not, whether President Muhammadu Buhari likes it or not, when he leaves the office, Nigerians will continue to judge him and his officials.
In the face of rising concerns over attempts to subvert public will by certain political interests, Nigerians say the president should summon the courage to toe the line of honor by assenting to the bill.
I think for every right-thinking person that wish Nigeria well, you see, signing the Electoral Act bill for now is the basic thing Nigerians are yearning for.
Perhaps is going to be one of the most important piece of legislation that Mr. President will have opportunity of signing into law because of its fundamental nature in terms of laying a solid foundation for democracy itself to take root.
Some, however, recommend a way out of political logjam that could undermine the desire for a credible electoral process in the country.
You can separate the two issues, direct primaries, if that is the reason why they are now trying to throw the whole thing, overboard, then let's separate direct primaries from the direct electoral transmission of the results.
The National Assembly is expected to take a decision to either recall the passed bill and veto the president in line with the yearnings and aspirations of the electorates, or decide otherwise. Shapir Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Over 300 shops and goods worth millions of naira were destroyed in a fire outbreak in Kara Market, Sokoto. Chairman of the Sokoto Traders Association, Chika Sarkin Gishiri, called on the state government to come to the aid of affected traders by providing them with financial support. Daily Trust reports that the cause of the fire is unknown. Meanwhile, Governor Aminu Tambuwal, who was among the early callers at the scene of the incident, consoled the traders and urged them to take it in good faith. Represented by his deputy Manir Dangya, Tambuwal directed the Commissioner of Commerce and President Sokoto Chamber of Commerce to take inventory of the damage caused by the fire. You're still watching Trust TV News Update. Coming up after the break. Story of Abuja evicted residents. This and more after the break. Stay with us. The board and management of Media Trust Limited invites the general public to its annual Daily Trust Dialogue, themed 2023, The Politics, Economy and Insecurity. Date, 20th January 2022. Location, NAF Conference Center and Suites, Abuja. Time, 10 a.m. prompt. Chairman of the occasion, former Head of State General Abdulsalami Abubakar, GCFR. Guest Speaker, Governor of Kaduna State Malam Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai. Guest Speaker, Governor of Ebonyi State Engineer David Umahi. Guest Speaker, former Chairman Federal Inland Revenue Service Mrs. Ifueko Omoigui Okauru. Moderator, Executive Director, Daria Media Nigeria Limited, Kadaria Ahmed. The event will be transmitted live on Trust TV, and all participants must observe COVID-19 protocols and wear their face masks.
Get latest updates on current topical issues and breaking news by downloading the Trust TV mobile app on your Android devices. Go online, click Google Play Store, search Trust TV, install the app, and get doses of unfiltered information on happenings all over the world in your pocket. Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Now, a look at some of our top stories. 45 people have been killed and 27 injured following renewed hostility between farmers and herders in Lafia, Obi and Awe local government areas of Nasarawa State. And House of Representatives has passed the 2022 Appropriation Bill and the 2021 Finance Bill. And in other news, the Executive Director of the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Faisal Shuaib, says unvaccinated people have a greater likelihood of dying from COVID-19. Shuaib stated this on Tuesday in Abuja, shortly after President Muhammadu Buhari received his booster shot. He said COVID-19 is now mostly a disease of unvaccinated people, adding that the vaccine has the ability to protect those vaccinated from severe forms of COVID-19. Adding that data shows that out of every 10 people who died of COVID-19, 8 are unvaccinated. Shuaib said Nigeria now has enough COVID-19 vaccines to get all citizens vaccinated. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization receives commendation for efforts towards supporting the Adamawa State government in the healthcare delivery in the state. The Adamawa State Director of Public Health, Dr. Laori Saline, alongside the Chairman, Adamawa State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, made the commendation while receiving commodities from the WHO to assist the state government in curtailing cholera in the state. The report.
As the cases of cholera continue to surge in Adamawa State, though with pragmatic response towards fighting the disease by the state government, World Health Organization has deemed it necessary to support the Adamawa State government with commodities to help in the fight against the deadly disease. While presenting the items to the Adamawa State Ministry of Health, the Adamawa State Coordinator of World Health Organization revealed that the move is geared towards complementing the effort of the state government in addressing cholera situation in the state.
We also intend with this intervention to also interrupt the transmission of cholera in the state. The government had been at the center of the coordination of the cholera response. We have an incident management system in place, which is domiciled at the State Public Health TOC. This is just an occasion where we are going to hand over commodities, health commodities and other supplies that are relevant to addressing the cholera situation in the state.
The Adamawa State Director of Public Health, Dr. Laori Saline, who represented the State Commissioner of Health, said though the state is presently having about 1,700 cases of cholera with 54 mortality, the state government is not relenting in its continued fight towards curtailing the disease.
We've intervened in many ways in the response. They have coordinated other partners in the response. We started with like 1 or 2 cases, but right now we have up to like 1,700 cases so far, with about 54 mortality. So like the EC said, the case fatality rate is at 3%. So we cannot say we are not doing well. We are doing well so far.
The Adamawa State Primary Healthcare Development Agency Chairman, alongside other stakeholders, commended World Health Organization for the support, while promising to use maximum utility of the items provided.
On behalf of the Adamawa State Government, I want to assure you that we are going to make the maximum utility of these items and commodities. I want to assure you that we are going to deploy every structure that we have in place to get out of this.
WHO has actually done very well in the state, as my director has rightly said. And we thank God that the training of the public EOC in the state has actually helped us in the response.
The commodities donated to the state government include jerry cans, ORS, industrial boots, knapsack sprayers, among others. From Adamawa State, Sunday Joseph, TrustTV News.
More than 800,000 residents were forcibly evicted from informal settlements in Abuja, Nigeria from 2003 to 2007 during the administration of FCT Minister Nasiru Ahmed El-Rufai. However, this move has not succeeded in the thorough evacuation of these settlers who come to the capital city from all over Nigeria in search of greener pastures. Take a look.
Wallahi tada mu akai daga magulo ba junction aka tada mu aka ce dole he mun tashi.
This is the road leading to MAP Global Extension in Gwarimpa Metropolis. Within these trees are human inhabitants. It's a community of shack dwellers, 80% from the north. They call it Bacha. The glitch is, it's provisional. Most of them leave their states to the federal capital with the hope for greener pastures.
Muna nan da wani mun kai wani ɗan lokaci nan shine kuma wanda ya ba mu gurin asali mu zauna shine sarkin gwari ya kira mu ya tara mu ya ba mu notice cewa an ba mu sati ɗaya amma ya ƙara muna kwana 26 yau muna 13 ga wata kaga ya rage muna yanzu kwana 13 ya rage muna.
The Federal Capital Territory is a planned urban city that booms and bursts. This development has started here and has forced these dwellers to move.
Mu dai zama muke yi a gurin nan shekara ta 7 a gurin nan. Amma yanzu kai tsaye an zo an ce mana maza mu tashi. Mu kuma gashi ba mu da yadda zamu yi. An ce a tashi ga marayu a gabana. Ni kuma yanzu ba da yadda zan yi hakan nan dai muna tuku mu samu inda muka laba kafin Allah ya hore mana.
Sana bi nan wurin na ba da kudin baca haya kuma yanzu an zo za a yi mamu dan rusa ko kudin ma ba a maida mana ba yadda ma za kai ma ka buga bacan ma aiki.
Mu dai mun zo ne mun nemi arziki a nan an ba mu. Yau shekarar mu ni shekara ta 2 a nan kuma gaskiya mai gidana ba shi da kwakwarar sana'a ga yara ba mu da shi ba mu da yanda za mu yi yawwa shine muke neman inda halin za a iya mana taimako a iya mana.
These assemblage of women are waiting to get their load moved to a safe bunker before knowing what to do next. I met Fatima, who is from Kano State, that allowed me film her but refused an interview. This stifling, messy and confined shack is her abode. She has lived here for 3 years and birthed all of her 3 children under this roof. Children playing games, young adults accumulating plastic bottles for sales and recycling.
Kukan da muka kawo, mu talakoki ne, kuma mu masu kuɗin nan da mu suke takama. Tunda duk aikin leburanci za a yi muke yin shi da mazajenmu kuma an ban mu da yunwa ga rashin gurin zama duk inda muka zauna gwamnati sai a kore mu a ina za mu zauna me za mu ci nan kuma birnin tarayya ne an ce kuma tarayya ne kowa da talaka da mai kuɗi ya zo ya zauna to kuma mun zo mun zauna ana cin albarkacin juna amma kuma ana koran mu.
I don't live in this very place but I live very close to this place. So actually, what is happening here is that we learned that they asked the people of this place to vacate. And some people are saying that even they should vacate, that they want to put shops here, a lot of shops. And they are asked to live by Galadima chief. So this all the story all around. But actually this place, we all know belongs to government. The place belongs to government. And even the shop they said they want to put is still an illegal structure. So at least a lot of people are making comments on which that you see, I think it is illegal government that have the power to give people space and also ask them to leave. So, but some people are complying, while some people don't have where to go. So I think a lot of people are making a complaint that this is not good, this is not the best. You are moving person illegally and still bringing an illegal structure. So that is the point that a lot of people are not happy with.
There are thousands of settlements like this scattered within the federal capital. The question is, will these settlers continue to move from one spot to another?
A female soldier, Hannah Safiat, is still in detention after a video clip of her proposal to a youth corps member in Kwara State went viral. The soldier is accused of violating military rules and regulations. Darshan Hussaina Usman meets with human rights activists who share their perspective on the issue.
The Nigerian army on Sunday detained a female soldier, Private Anna Sofiat A, after video clips of her being proposed to by a male corps member at the National Youth Service Corps Orientation Camp in Yikbata, Kwara State went viral on social media. The issue has stirred a lot of controversy. Some say she has the freedom to choose who she falls in love with, while others say the public display of affection is an insult to the Nigerian military. Some human rights activists also share their thoughts on the matter.
Rules are rules, yeah. They are meant to be kept, especially within the military circle and all. But in the past few years, where has those rules led us to? With the way, if you're doing something over and over again the same way and you're getting the same results, it's about time you step outside the box a bit so you get something totally different, and then see this is the era where we have to move away from the archaic way of doing things so much. We have to look at other countries and how they have handled their people. You should not just be looking at other countries, the negative parts where maybe it favors the government. How about looking at other countries in parts where it favors the people as well? We've had so many stories around, not everybody readily wants to hear the military. It's just associated with pain, grief, agony. So it won't hurt, or it didn't hurt to see. I think I read one of those posts, I saw the comments, and then people were actually really happy that, oh, so the military has a soul to read. Marriage is something that is respected anyway, and this is a process to get into that point. So why is it such, it's such a crime that you're detaining these people when we have more serious things to think about? How about we put the same energy into fighting Boko Haram, into fighting the attacks that we have every other day on Abuja-Kaduna Road?
I think some mistakes were made, mistakes that emotions got the soldier carried away, sadly, and in uniform, she got swept by emotions and did things that their rules forbid. For instance, that's the Nigerian Army, prestigious Nigerian Army uniform she was wearing. I'm minded by the fact that emotions and sentiments here and there is such that to leave her alone, I'm minded by that fact, and I'm minded that because we are a people mostly ruled by sentiments, this may not be a very popular position, but you see, we have to face facts. Rules are there, put in place, and the standard expected of a civilian is not the same standard expected of a soldier. Before you enlist into the army, the rules and regulations are there and you sign up to it. There is a Latin maxim in law, voluntas non fit injuria. It simply means once you've waived your rights by signing up to the army, for instance, you really can no longer complain about the injury of you not being allowed to express yourself in the way you wish to express. There are several reasons why rules and regulations are put in place in the affair of man, especially also in the military. It is so that a certain standards of discipline and even protection of the personnel is also guaranteed.
Value of the naira at the foreign exchange market is becoming a source of concern, especially for those whose business is importing goods into the country. Car sellers in Gombe State said the current value of the naira against the American dollar is affecting their business. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
According to data obtained on the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) on Monday, the official exchange rate is at 411 naira per dollar, but the black market rate is between 572 naira and 573 naira. Car sellers in Gombe said the depreciation of the Nigerian currency is taking its toll on their businesses.
Farashin motoci dai kan sun canja ba kamar da ba.
Price of cars has changed, but the price has not changed where we used to buy abroad. The reason for the price increase in Nigeria is connected to depreciation of the naira.
Tsadan mota a Nigeria ba dalar nan, da darajar kudin mu ya lalace, shine yake kawo asalin tsadan motoci. Domin gaskiya misali da
a car that sold 500,000 naira before now sells 1.5 million. The price had tripled because of the depreciation of the naira. The exchange rate of naira to a dollar was 160 naira or whereabout, but now it is over 500 naira. If we exchange, the money will triple or more than that. So that's the reason. The effect is that someone who was eligible to buy a car in the past will not have money to do so today. Talk less of addressing some of his needs. Such affected our business and we lose customers. Not like before, when you can sell between 10 to 15 cars in a week. But because of the hike in prices of cars, which affects people economically, you hardly sell 1 to 15 cars in a week. This is the situation now. In July, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) suspended sale of forex to bureau de change operators across the country. Black market operators have a different exchange rate from that of the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), and Nigerians complain of high cost of living due to the inflation of price of commodities in the market. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail for Trust TV.
And that wraps up Trust TV News Update for this hour. For more news, kindly subscribe and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for watching.
The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has proposed 305 billion.